Welcome to the Arborgate. I'm Beverly Welch, here today with my dear friend Ann Wheeler of Loghouse Herbs. It is the dog days of summer here on the Gulf Coast, but we want to make sure that you understand we can plant anytime. So we decided to put together this gorgeous garden.
Beautiful.
Low maintenance, insect resistant, deer resistant, drought tolerant once established. Just a beautiful garden, and these are all herbs.
Every single one of them.
And we want you to understand that not all herbs have to be culinary. An herb is just a useful plant. So it may be medicinal, it may be aromatic, and it may be culinary.
That's absolutely right. And those properties can be found throughout this garden in every single plant.
And we've had more fun putting it
together. Yes.
So we wanted to point out a few plants that you may be overlooking, but qualify in your herb garden and in your landscape in general.
And each one of them that we're going to talk about specifically today has a special role to play.
It does.
One way or another.
So we're going to pick out just a few of our favorites along the way.
Yeah.
So would you like to get started now?
I certainly would. That's a beautiful one, and I love it because it is an oregano, which means it's really especially easy to grow. It fills some space in the garden, and it really is colorful. This is its color, this golden green. So stunning.
Stunning accent, and great in containers. We
great
can't forget
in
the containers.
Spilling over the edge.
I love the Artemisias. They're going to offer fragrance, but what beautiful texture and foliage color that they add. They make anything bright and light, like this gorgeous echinacea, right up against this silver foliage. So this is one of my favorites.
Yes, it's a beautiful contrast to the color, and it also fills space.
It does.
As well.
Another often overlooked gem is the Mexican oregano. It almost makes, here on the Gulf Coast, a semi-evergreen shrub. Yes. Depending on our winter. It blooms all summer. It's a great mounder, 3 to 4 feet tall and wide, and a great pollinating plant. The hummingbirds, the butterflies love these beautiful lavender blooms.
The shrub, once it makes the shrub form, will be covered with these sweet little lavender blooms.
Great, beautiful in a cottage garden.
Yes.
Beautiful. Another one that is often overlooked in the herb house is the catmint, and you don't have to have a cat to grow it.
Catmint is a very traditional plant in an English cottage garden, and it is not in fact catnip. It is a whole different name, horticulturally speaking, and it's a beautiful soft gray green color, once again with lavender flowers that attract pollinators. In fact, almost all of these attract a lot of pollinators.
Oh, absolutely.
And beneficial insects as well.
And you know what people miss by not using these aromatic plants in the garden are the fragrances. When you're out in the garden, you're working, you rub up against them. Even when you get a nice breeze in the summer, it's so refreshing, it's so nice in the evenings to walk out and just smell the air. Exactly.
A little sprinkle of rain brings that aroma to the front.
Right, right. One of my favorites is the tagetes, the Mexican mint marigold. That anise fragrance. It's a great tarragon substitute, but a brilliant perennial on the Gulf Coast.
And in the fall, it's covered with yellow flowers, just masses of them. So it's an amazing floral.
It is.
Contributor as well.
And same
with this one.
Yes, it again, the fragrance, great repellents for our deer.
Yep, and Copper Canyon Daisy is the name of this one, and it's extremely aromatic.
It is.
Yeah.
Now I know some of your favorites are the thymes.
Absolutely. This is one of my very favorites. For one thing, the silver thyme is a good culinary thyme, but also it has this upright habit that makes it so easy to harvest for the kitchen. And a spot of silver in the garden never goes wrong.
No, never.
It's beautiful.
Now, you know, oftentimes, and we keep mentioning, a lot of these guys are evergreen. This is a Myrtus communis, or a true myrtle, not to be confused with wax myrtle. Right. This, again, makes a nice compact shrub, 3 to 4 feet tall and wide. Yeah. The foliage is very aromatic, actually culinary, and it gets covered during the summer with this sweet white flower that is itself aromatic.
And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but the flowers are traditionally used in bridal bouquets.
That's true. That's true.
So if there's a wedding in your future.
That's always a good one to have. And you know, a lot of these too, we haven't mentioned, we keep talking about the sun, but a lot of these are quite appropriate in what we call high shade,
Yes.
bright shade, part shade. I know the oreganos function very well.
And the rosemaries, we
rosemaries
haven't
as
talked
well.
about rosemary today, but the rosemaries are quite happy in partial or high shade, and especially in the summer afternoons in this part of Texas.
Oh, we all appreciate a little afternoon
A little
shade.
afternoon shade.
And so getting more to a little bit of a shadier garden, you can't go wrong with lemon balm or lime balm. And I love the southernwood. And people, again, often overlook this wonderful texture, this citrus type fragrance, but what a great addition to a fern garden.
Absolutely, and also they go very well in a planting of azaleas.
Oh, nice, nice.
So that's a kind of a traditional use of southern.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And another one is the chili pekin. And this variegated chili pekin absolutely has to have some afternoon shade. So you've got your peppers, your bloom, and the birds love it, even if you're not a fan of hot peppers, but this is a great addition.
It's a beautiful shape. It's a beautiful, thick, shrubby look.
It is. It is nice.
This is one that appeals to many people at the moment who are learning to do Asian cooking. Although it's a beautiful landscape plant, it's a ground cover for shade. It's called Vietnamese coriander, and so it melds the culinary with the landscaping qualities that we look for. It'll spread itself about in a shady area, and it likes moisture, so you could plant this where your lawn sprinkler hits.
Exactly, and you know, we're not successful with cilantro during the summer
No,
here on the Gulf Coast, so this is your
is-
substitute. You've got that cilantro flavor with a slight citrus undertone.
And it's a real find for us.
It is fine. So, any other favorites that, you know, we went right past the lemon verbena.
The lemon verbena is incredible to brush against.
It is. It makes
because
a wonderful tea.
scent.
Yes.
Wonderful tea. Of course, we always talk about rosemary, but we just want to point out that that's a part of this whole
Right.
garden, and we have it positioned down here at the somewhat shaded end.
Yes, we do.
Interestingly
Yes, we
enough.
do. So, this is beautiful, Ann.
I think
Let's
it is
let's
too.
go plant it.
We need to get to work.
Let's go.